What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Keeping It Real podcast. I'm your host, James. It's just me and Rhys today. Calvin couldn't make it, and Jack's having some technical difficulties once again. Will he ever come back? We don't know. But to start off, Rhys, what have you been watching this week? What have you seen? Any TV, any new movies?
Well, The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Obviously.
which we will review on a separate episode.
I'm going to see Babylon before the end of the week. I'm going to see it. But apart from that, no, I've been rewatching Sex Education.
I met one of the actors last night.
Oh, nice.
Who played? I can never remember his name. He plays Jackson. He was my pick for the Human Torch when we did that Fantastic Four fan cast that we never uploaded. But yeah, he seemed really nice. He was watching Tar, which we talked about last week. It was really great. Yeah, I did see Babylon. I'll save my thoughts, my big thoughts for the actual review. But what a fucking movie! I've been watching that Welcome to Chippendales as well on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to watch that, and I saw the
pretty good
trailer for it, and I was like, maybe.
Yeah, because obviously it's about the birth of Chippendales, the male strip company. But it gets really dark, and it's people stabbing each other in the back and setting fire to other clubs, and Camille's really good. But Murray Bartlett again from White Lotus, and he's going to be in the next episode of The Last of Us. I think he's just stealing the show. He's just incredible. He seemingly come out of nowhere, and now he's in everything. But he's really great. Movie news, not a ton of news this week. Looks like Violent Night 2 has been greenlit.
Oh yeah,
which we love that movie. So yeah, give me more of that. Avatar 2 crossed $2 billion, making James Cameron the only director to have 3 movies break that threshold, and Zoe Saldana as the only actor to be in 4 movies that have crossed $2 billion. So 2 Avengers movies and 2 Avatars. I also saw today it's the 3rd franchise in history where its first 2 films have both been nominated for Best Picture. So there was Godfather 1 and 2, Lord of the Rings, and now Avatar and Avatar 2. Pretty slow week. There was something about like Kevin Feige did an interview as well, and people were asking him about superhero fatigue. He's like, nah, movies are based on novels come out all the time. But it's less superhero fatigue.
He kind of has to say that, doesn't he? He can't be
he can't be like, yeah, fair enough. We're overdoing it. I agree. Yeah. But I think it's more specifically MCU fatigue, let alone, keep giving me shit like the Batman. I'm never going to get tired. Our main topic for today, though, yesterday was Oscar nominations day, a sacred day. A lot of great movies nominated this year. A big year for genre films. There are some definite snubs, which we'll mention for sure. The one on the top of my head, that was Nope, which has been completely shut out.
Just the Oscars and horror movies, isn't it? They don't.
It's strange though, because obviously he comes out with Get Out. It's a big awards movie. Daniel Kaluuya gets nominated for Best Actor, it's Best Picture, Director, Screenplay, and then Us and Nope come out, and seemingly they're just dismissing them. And I think easily could have got
probably like nominate one horror film every couple of years.
That's the thing. I wouldn't describe Nope as a horror film. I think it's I mean, there's a lot of things, but I think it easily could have got stuff for screenplay and sound.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are also mad about Mia Goth not being nominated for anything.
Yeah. I mean, she was great in X. We've not seen Pearl yet. I think it's February or March. It's coming out here, but yeah, she looks terrific in that. She was at a what do you call it? Like a panel for her new film with the Bill Skarsgård, and at the end, a member of the audience was like, "Mia, read my script," and she came and grabbed it. I was like, oh, thank you.
She sounds like a little street urchin.
Not the voice I expected her to have.
Yeah, when I heard her speak the first time, she sounds
adorable.
Like every orphan in a British film.
That's it. Yeah. Right, so we're going to run down the Oscar nominees. I'm going to do, the main categories, because obviously we haven't seen, short films. None of the documentaries I watched this year were nominated. But yeah, I'll start off with like stuff like sound, and then we'll get to Best Picture.
Okay, right.
So the 5 nominees for Best Sound. It used to be Best Sound Mixing and Best Sound Editing, and now they've just combined them. So we've got Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, and The Batman. So Rhys, out of these 5 and the ones you've seen, which would you?
Now, what exactly does this like sound? So like the mixing of the sound and how it
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
This
so
makes
obviously there used to
no
be 2
sense to
different
me because they
categories, but
all sound the same. Um, I guess the Batman. I've seen 3 of these,
well,
but
yeah. I think I'm gonna watch All Quiet on the Western Front this weekend.
yeah, I really want to see that. It does look
Yeah.
good.
Obviously, if these movies were coming out in theaters, I love going to see a long movie in the cinema. I'm less inclined to watch it if it's on Netflix
Yeah,
because
it's
I'm
easy to get distracted as well.
surrounded by
Yeah,
distractions, and I know it. We should just be like, no, just shut them out, but they are there. They are
you just need to
prevalent.
give everything to Chris as he leaves, and then
Yeah,
you sit there.
take
You have to
everything
watch
off
it.
me so I
Yeah,
can watch this for 2.5 hours. Best sound though, it's a good category. The Batman, like you said, is terrific. Like hearing his boots when he's in the darkness and they're getting closer and closer. Yeah, that did stand out. Top Gun, obviously. I think I will give it to Avatar though. I think I one of the times I watched that I was actually quite blown away by the sound when I went to go see it in IMAX. Um, yeah, very good. Even like the sound of the guns and the bows, it all feels very close and visceral. Yeah, so I'd probably give it to Batman. So no, you're giving it to Batman.
I'm giving it to
I'm giving it
Batman
to Avatar.
purely for the sound of the Batmobile.
Oh,
Just the
oh yeah.
nastiest sounding
Oh,
car.
you might be convincing me, Reese.
Yeah.
Best costume design, we have
Best
Babylon,
costume design.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Elvis. So out of those 5,
Oh, I mean, everything everywhere. Surely.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah.
of costume design. Yeah, it's all very good.
But I
Um,
mean, also from just the trailers, Babylon's costumes look very good.
yeah,
Um,
again, it's stuff like costume design and production
yeah.
design that are key in for a what do you call it? The term is
Like
not in my mind right now.
not a period piece, but like,
Yeah, no, yeah, a period
yeah,
piece. Yeah, it
yeah.
is they're integral in transporting you to a time and a place. And Babylon did that flawlessly, I think. So yeah, I'd probably give it to Babylon. So right, yeah, Babylon and Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm seeing everything everywhere.
All
Because
right.
yeah, there's a lot of costume design in that, a lot of it.
Yeah, we should say as well, Everything Everywhere did lead the nominations this year. It had 11, which is very good. I think the most is
Deserved.
14
Deserved.
of all time. Yeah, so next is Best Film Editing. So we've got Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, and Tar. What are you taking out of those?
Um I mean again, I feel like everything everywhere. Like,
I think this is an easy win
yeah,
for Everything Everywhere.
yeah.
Um,
I'm trying not to be like, oh, I'll give everything to it because I love it.
yeah,
But I, I think it is out of those.
I mean, yeah, like it sounds pretty obvious because every film is made in the edit. Um, but Everything Everywhere, that is so key. And
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, we're flipping between all these different universes. And yeah, I think that's an easy lock. Top Gun Maverick could come in though. Again, it's such a tight, quick, well-paced film. But yeah, I think Everything Everywhere. I think that's a lock for sure. Production design, we have Babylon, The Fablemans, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, and Elvis. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'll probably give this to Babylon.
Yeah, I've only seen Avatar from these.
And I think the
Um,
production design in
but
Avatar is
I've
incredible.
seen things about All Quiet in the Western Front. This might come under visual effects actually a bit more
Mm,
of how they like filled out a lot of the gaps. Like obviously there's like scenes of like soldiers and armies kind of marching, and the way they filled that in, and that probably is more visual effects actually,
yeah.
but that was really impressive. But yeah, I mean, I've only seen Avatar, but again, from the trailer of Babylon, I think Babylon's looks pretty good.
I think Avatar as well, though, because obviously Babylon's transporting you to a different era, different time, but it is planet Earth. Avatar does such a flawless job of transporting you to a whole new planet, and everything is feels so fresh and unique to that world. So I could see that getting it. Yeah, I'll go Babylon for production design though. Next, best makeup and hairstyling: Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, The Whale, and The Batman. This seems like an easy one for The Whale. Haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna give it to The Batman. Because obviously transforming Colin Farrell into the Penguin.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Batman as well. Just for the Penguin and Robert Pattinson's beautiful panda eyes.
Yeah,
There we did
some
the
good hair in
Batman.
that movie as well, man. Yeah, both for Batman then. Best cinematography, a really weak year for cinematography. So we've got Empire of Light, All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, and Tar. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it to Tar.
I think because of what I said just now about the thing about the filling in, I'm gonna give it to All Quiet on the Western Front because it looks
Yeah,
really good as well.
I
Um,
honestly thought Top Gun Maverick was a lock for cinematography. Obviously, putting IMAX cameras in and on a jet, not an easy
yeah,
feat. Um, and obviously, yeah, so creative.
I've
I
not
think
even
Nope
heard
could
of
have
that
got nominated for this. Oh, for
Bardo.
Bardo.
What's
It's
Bardo?
Inarritu's new film. It's on Netflix. But
Oh,
I've not got around to it yet because it is long. But I'll watch it before the actual awards. Empire of Light, not a good movie, but Roger Deakins, of course, is incapable of putting in a bad shift. So it did look beautiful. Nope, I think could have gotten it for cinematography as well.
yeah,
Obviously, they made a new technique of shooting day for night. Hoyt van Hoytema, who's been nominated before, and I'm dumbfounded by how it's been completely shut out of everything. Next is best adapted screenplay. So we got Living, Top Gun Maverick, Women Talking, Glass Onion, and All Quiet on the Western Front.
I'm gonna go Glass Onion. I've only seen two of those films, but I
And
love
you
Glass
and you didn't
Onion.
like Top Gun.
I love Glass Onion though. It's just they're just fun movies, aren't they? They're like
They
Knives
are.
Out. Even though Ryan
Um,
Johnson wants to take off a Knives Out off it, which I get.
he does, yeah. Um,
Um,
I'm going Top Gun for this. I know it's an action movie, so saying best adapted screenplay seems like like a what? But if you by the end of that film, when they're going on the mission, you know it in and out as well as the characters do. You know where everyone is, who everyone is, and I think it's pretty flawless in terms of a screenplay. Obviously, that's where it all stems from, and I think that movie's so tight. It's clear what the objective is. You're not lost. There's not too much plot. There's a lot of character in there. So yeah, I'd easily give it to Top Gun. Best original screenplay. This is a good category. Got Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Banshees of Inisherin, Triangle of Sadness, The Fablemans, and Tar. I'm gonna give it to Everything Everywhere purely
yeah,
because of how unique it feels. It's funny.
I just want to
It's
give something to
broad.
Banshees because I love it. But
Yeah, I think Banshees will pick up a couple. I
yeah,
think it's got a strong chance of taking this award. But I think Everything Everywhere, it is very broad and funny and comical, but at the heart of it is a real human
yeah,
story,
and it's quite unique as
real
well. Like I
emotions in
think,
there.
like
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
think
I
of
mean
many
conceptually, of
films.
course,
Yeah,
yeah. I definitely give it to that. Um, Best Supporting Actor, we have Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, Judd Hirsch for The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is a lock for Ke Huy Quan.
yeah. Again, I'd like to see Barry Keoghan maybe. He was very good in Banshees, but yeah, Ki Kwan is gonna. He's been great. He is great. I want him to win it as well.
I really want him to win it because obviously, what a story that'll be. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
already he is now forever Oscar nominee Ke Huy Quan, which I imagine he never thought would happen. He's been out of the business for over 20 years, comes back, does his first film, and gets nominated for all these awards. I think that, it's beautiful. I'd love for him to win that. Imagine his speech.
Oh god, yeah.
It'd be incredible. Yeah, and he's been winning everything up till now. So
That
yeah,
kind of
he's
happens a
the
lot
heavy
though, doesn't it?
favorite.
They win everything else, and they're
Could
like,
be a
the
surprise.
Oscars
Yeah,
come along, and they're like, well, I'm not going to do that.
yeah. Um, okay, now it's jumped to best visual effects. So we got Top Gun Maverick, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, and The Batman. There
Right.
is no possible way Avatar doesn't win this.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar's going to win it. But again, all quite in the Western Front. I think that I said is pretty cool. But yeah, Avatar. Yeah, it can't not, can it?
The entire film
Yeah,
is created using visual effects, and there's not a mark on them. They're perfect. So yeah, an easy lock. Now we're at best director. So we've got Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere, and Spielberg for The Fablemans.
I
I think
think.
this is Spielberg's to
Yeah, I've
lose.
not even seen it, but Spielberg is
Yeah,
going to win it,
I'm
isn't he?
seeing. Well, by the time this podcast goes out, I'll be seeing it tonight. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
But yeah, out of the other four that I have seen, I would give it to the Daniels.
yeah.
It's only their second movie, and it's a huge phenomenon. People love that film, and obviously it all stems from them. So yeah, the other three films in that category are fantastic as well. Triangle of Sadness was the surprise, Ruben Ostlund, but that made my top 20 for the year. I thought it was fantastic. Next, Best Supporting Actress. So we've got Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Kerry Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Hong Chow for The Whale. I am so happy that Stephanie Hsu got nominated, because it seemed up till now that it was just going to be Jamie Lee. And
Yeah.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis is really, really good in that film. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's an Oscar-worthy performance. But so to highlight her over Stephanie Hsu, I think would be a disservice, because she is a lot of that film. Obviously, she's the central antagonist, but then she's also the daughter. Multiple characters, and both are so different and played
Yeah,
brilliantly. So, yeah, she's a big part of what makes that film work. But
I think
I'd give this to Kerry Condon. I think she's the heart of Banshees. She's the character that you see some potential in. She can escape this town and go off and do great things, and you are rooting for her, and she's just phenomenal in that film. You just love her.
I'm gonna throw. It's not really a curveball, but I'm gonna go for Angela Bassett. I
I
love
think
Angela Bassett.
honestly, I think she's got a very good chance.
Yeah.
I think she might win it,
To put
which
in
is crazy.
you don't really like associate like really dramatic performances with Marvel films, but she pulled it out of the bag.
As soon as that first trailer came out for Wakanda Forever, we were all
Yeah.
saying, "I that might be an Oscar
Yeah,
performance."
I would like to see her win it. But
You know
again,
what clip's
this is
going to be
really strong
played
as
as well. When they're going through the
Yeah.
nominees, that I have
Is
given everything.
Hong Chow the one that's also in The Menu?
Yeah, and I thought she
She's in
was
The Whale.
great in The Menu.
Yeah, like I've not seen The
I'm
Whale,
seeing The
but
Whale tomorrow.
yeah,
So yeah, apparently she's very good. She has been nominated for a lot of these awards, but yeah,
it's a very strong category.
very strong. Yeah. So yeah, Kerry Condon and Angela Bassett are our picks. Best original score, got Babylon, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Banshees of Inisherin, The Fablemans, and All Quiet on the Western Front. I need this to go to Babylon. The music actually moved me to tears. And it's powerful and bombastic at times. And
I mean, I like the music in Banshees.
yeah, when Banshee started, and it's
Yeah.
just the score and the cinematography, should have also gone on with cinematography, I thought. But yeah, I was like, oh, this music is incredible. It transports you there. Yeah, I think when you see Babylon, though, it's really something. I would have also loved to see Avatar get a nomination for best score, because that was fantastic. Next, I've only seen one of these, sadly, but best animated film. We've got Turning Red, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, The Sea Beast, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think, well, it's the only one I've seen. I think it will probably go to Pinocchio.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen it, but Guillermo del Toro is brilliant in what he does. I know obviously Marcel the Shell, she was it's A24. It does get a
Yeah.
lot of. It's got. I think it was one of the highest rated films
Yeah,
on
it was. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes last year. So that could
I
do it,
think it
but
comes out here next month.
yeah, I know
So we
the
will see it
Sea Beast
eventually
as well was
before
really
this.
popular. I had a lot of people talking about the Sea
Yeah,
Beast.
that
I've
was
not
just a
seen.
Netflix movie that seemingly came out of nowhere and
Yeah,
she's nominated for an Oscar.
but listen, there was a Netflix movie a couple of years ago. They should have won it, and it didn't. And I was filming.
What was that?
It was Klaus.
Oh, right.
Lost to
Yeah,
Toy
yeah.
Story 4, and I'm still mad about it.
Toy Story
Um,
4, though.
but yeah, I think it'll probably go to Pinocchio.
This is the first, well, it's a year without a Pixar film nominated, which
No,
is,
Turning Red's Pixar,
I
isn't it?
thought that
Or
was just
Disney?
Disney animation.
It's all the same, isn't it?
Well, Pixar put out Lightyear, which
Yeah.
I thought Lightyear was fine. Obviously, I wouldn't
I've
nominate
still
it.
not seen it, to be honest,
It's
but
pretty good. The cat's really cute and funny.
I don't know. Puss in Boots might blow us all away.
I am so excited
Yeah, I'm
to
very
see
excited
Puss in
for it.
Boots,
I can't
Rhys.
wait.
It's like, oh, is it? Oh, it's next week. It's next Friday. We get to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and I remember when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh my god, it's like Spider-Verse for cats.
Yeah, you were talking about it, and I was like, "Fuck, is Puss in Boots?" Like the last one was probably terrible, I think.
Obviously, it's been out in America now for a few
Someone was
weeks.
like,
So I'm just
"Yeah,
clips all over
it's like
Twitter.
the Logan of Shrek," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, now I'm interested." What's the tell me about?
Apparently, it teases Shrek 5. Like, I'm all in. Give me Puss in Boots.
So weird.
Next, we got Best Actress. A surprise nomination, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, which in the last couple of weeks picked up a lot of steam. So she managed to squeak in there. Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, Kate Blanchett for Tar, Anna de Armas for Blonde, which means I'm gonna have to fucking watch Blonde now, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Give it to Michelle, yo. I almost said just give it to Michelle. There's two of them.
There's
Give it to
two.
Michelle, yo.
Oh, that's gonna be tense, isn't it? When they
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'd be like, if I was the guy reading, I'd be like, Michelle.
Ooh. I mean, for the longest time, Michelle Yeoh was my pick. Then I saw Tar and Kate Blanchett. I might be the best performance of her career. Michelle Yeoh, also the first Asian.
You heard something interesting about
Woman.
this.
Go on.
I read about, well, Cass told me about this yesterday. She is the first person to identify as Asian, right? And that sounds kind of weird. But if you go years back, there was another
Scarlett
Asian woman.
Johansson.
No, yeah, Scarlett Johansson. There's another woman who was Asian, but could pass as white. So did pass as white because she feared that being Asian would
Right.
affect her career. So
Okay.
yeah, but still pretty big from Michelle
Yeah.
Yeoh.
Well, yeah. Since 1935.
Yeah, I mean,
First
and
Asian
she
actress
did
nominated for
really
the
good.
lead. Yeah, I think she's fantastic. I'd be happy with either Michelle Yeoh or Kate Blanchett. Both terrific performances. Very different performances.
A lot of people mad about Blonde. A lot of people mad that she's been nominated.
Yeah, I mean, apparently she is good in it. I just think that movie looks horrible.
I just think leave it alone in it. It's like for me, it's the
Yeah,
same as like Jeffrey Dahmer stuff getting nominated. Like,
because there was other options this year, like Viola Davis in The Woman King was
yeah,
incredible.
wild that she's not on there.
What else was? I thought Margot Robbie in Babylon. I thought easy nomination. She's incredible. I don't know if you put her for lead or
Taylor Swift in
supporting,
Amsterdam.
but but Keke Palmer in Nope is great.
Yeah.
But again, obviously, Nope completely shut out. This was the one. Danielle Deadweiler in Till is powerful and moving, and I thought that was a lock. But obviously Anna de Armas was a surprise, and Andrea Riseborough was a surprise. But apparently, from what I'm hearing, I've not seen To Leslie, and I don't know when or if it's coming out here. Apparently, she is amazing. A lot of actors have been rooting for her. Next, best original song. We've got Natu Natu from RRR, Lift Me Up from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. These other two, What films are they from?
Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, and This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's yeah.
I can't remember any of these songs.
I'd give it to people are saying Natu Natu's the favorite, but I've not seen RRR yet.
That RRR apparently is really good. I've heard a lot of people
It's
say
on
that it's really,
Netflix.
really good.
I do plan to watch it soon. But Lift Me Up, I thought was great.
That's which one is Lift Me Up?
That was the one that plays over the credits in Black Panther.
Okay. And is Hold My Hand the one that also plays in the credits?
Yeah, which I always think that's kind of a cheat if you nominate a song that's in the credits, but because it's not really a part of the movie.
So that one is bad.
What? Which one?
The Hold My Hand.
You didn't like that?
No.
Loved it.
I quite like Lady Gaga.
Loved it.
I quite like Lady Gaga as well, and it came on, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'll go Lift Me Up. What are you taking?
I don't remember any of these songs.
No.
I don't know. I can't. I don't remember any of them. I'll go for. I know. I'll just go for Natu Natu.
Natu Natu.
Just sounds fun.
Best actor. So we got Brendan Fraser for The Whale, who was a lock. Austin Butler for Elvis, another lock. Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, another lock. And then Bill Nighy for Living and Paul Mescal for Aftersun. He's not going to win it, but Paul Mescal is the best out of these five. Obviously, a lot of these, mainly Brendan and Austin, are big Oscar-type performances. Paul Mescal in Aftersun is much more internalized, but it's incredible. Like the first TV show he did was Normal People, got nominated for an Emmy. This is his first film, nominated for an Oscar. He's going to do big things. Obviously, he's just got cast in Gladiator 2. So let's see what he does with that. But at the minute, he can't miss. I think this is between Brendan, Austin, and Colin, though.
Yeah, I would like Brendan Fraser to win just because it's a similar kind of thing to
Kwan.
I feel like it'll go to Austin Butler though because they're just a sucker.
Do you?
They're just a sucker for biopic. Like look at Rami Malek. Rami Malek did shit.
Don't remind me. That was the year I thought I was never going to watch the Oscars again.
Like it always made me mad that you had him winning, and then you had like Bradley Cooper in
Star is Born.
We did so much for that character.
Me?
And yeah,
but I feel like they just actually fucking sang.
Yeah. But yeah, Brendan Fraser, I'd be fine with Colin Farrell. I can see them giving it to Bill Nighy because he's old now and he got to give it to him before he goes.
It's just judging by the other awards. I think it is. Yeah, it's Brendan, Austin, or Colin. I'd love to see Brendan Fraser win it. Obviously, not seen The Whale as of yet. I will by the time this pod goes out. But yeah, my pick is Paul Mescal. If you haven't seen Aftersun, go and check it out. It is brilliant. I think you can get it on Amazon Prime if you do one of those movie trials. Brilliant film. And finally, Best Picture, which is so varied, like the most varied we've had in a lot of years. So we got Top Gun Maverick, Women Talking, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Banshees of Inisherin, Triangle of Sadness, The Fabelmans, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, and Tar. So Rhys, what we're going to do for Best Picture is pick who you would like to win and pick who you think will win.
Who I would like to win is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably my favorite film of last year. But who I think will win is probably The Fabelmans.
I think it's between Fabelmans and Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, because Spielberg, this is kind of like his, like, what would you call it? Like a coup de grace or whatever. This is like his big.
Yeah, it's autobiographical. They love Spielberg.
It's like his love letter to himself.
It's a love letter to one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, but also a love letter to cinema, which Oscar voters love stuff like that.
So I think The Fabelmans might do it, but yeah, either of those I think would win. I don't know, maybe Banshees could sneak in.
Yeah,
as long as it's not Avatar.
Obviously, my pick is Avatar. I don't know how he didn't get nominated for Best Director. I don't know how people can watch that film and just be like, oh, yeah. No. But obviously, if there were 10 directors nominated, he would have been nominated. It's just how it works. Yeah, that is my pick. I think this heavy favorite is Everything Everywhere. I think that's got such a good chance. Obviously, been nominated for the most. It's going to win a lot. And I imagine that that would be so fantastic for the Daniels on their second film. That I think that'd get the biggest reaction in the room. For something winning, because I've seen maybe 2 people on Twitter who didn't like that film, and everyone else I've spoke
they
to,
were idiots,
and they idiots. I love seeing Top Gun, Avatar, and Everything Everywhere nominated. Like, genre movies, it's not often they do get nominated. Black Panther seemed like a sure bet for a nomination, but I mean, I don't think it was worthy, but that was definitely in the conversation. But yeah, I mean, before we even saw a trailer, I was like, Avatar 2 is going to get nominated for Best Picture. You're all doubting me. I knew it.
I'm still doubting you.
Maybe it's official, Rhys. It's happened.
I don't believe it.
Happened, schmappened. Right, yeah. So everyone, that is most of the Oscar nominees didn't go through the categories that we'd have nothing to say about. But if you agree, if you disagree, let us know on Twitter or in the comments on YouTube. That'd be great. I think this conversation was going to go on longer because there was going to be more of us here today.
There should be more of us.
Yeah. And also we live in the UK, so a lot of these films haven't come out. So Fabelmans is out this week. Women Talking is out next month. The Whale next month, Puss in Boots next month. So a lot of them. But by the time the actual Oscars do roll around, we'll have caught up on a lot of them. What we're also going to do when we have caught up, and hopefully, before the Oscars, we're just going to do our own sort of awards ceremony. So we'll each come with a nominee, and then similar to what we did with the Best TV Show of 2022, which I should also get around to. You can vote on Twitter, and out of our nominees, pick your favorite, and we will announce them the week after. I'm going to jump to the Twitter right now so we can see. I think I remember who.
It was. I think out of the 7 votes we had.
Let's have a look. Andor, heavy favorite, 57%. The nominees were Andor, House of the Dragon, and Stranger Things. My nominee won, obviously.
Stranger Things probably had 1 vote, and that was from me. But I don't care. I liked it.
You love what you love, Rhys.
If anyone's listened to more than one of our reviews, you know that I have pretty fucking crazy
different taste. Yeah. So now the stuff coming out this week, we've got 3 big new movies. So talked about it a lot, but The Fabelmans is finally coming out. So excited for that. I only realized yesterday it's 2.5 hours long. I'm so fucking excited. That the movie's gonna change me, I feel. Plane with Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm going Sunday.
That was a film that I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, this is stupid. And I'm like, I need to see this film. It's going to be so bad.
We all went to go see Megan. And when the trailer for Plane came on before, we all applauded. I'm so excited to go and see that movie.
I also can't wait for that ridiculous film that...
Unwelcome. Is that it? With the Goblins?
Unwelcome.
That's also out on... Yeah, that's also out this weekend.
It was like, you have to give them a blood offering. And I was like, I'm in.
Because the trailer starts off really nice.
Whatever happens next.
You're like, what's this? Just wait. Little goblins jumping out of these holes. So they're all out this week. Which ones are you going to watch?
I want to see The Fabelmans. I want to see Unwelcome. Was there another one?
Plane.
I want to see all of them. I don't have a lot of time to see all of them.
Because those 3 coming out this week. We still need to get to Babylon.
I'll probably see Babylon tomorrow. Maybe I can sneak in something on Friday night.
Oh, I mean, if you watch Babylon during the day tomorrow, we might be able to jump on for a quick review right after.
Working man.
See in the never mind then. We'll get around to it at some point. But those are the 3 movies coming out this week. Let us know which one you are most excited for. Otherwise, that is going to be it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Just to remind you all, we are on Twitter at Keeping It Real UK. Give us a follow from there. You can find links to all of our streaming platforms and social media. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok. Whichever app you use to listen to your podcast, make sure to follow us, like us, or give us a 5-star rating. It really helps us out. We're also on YouTube, and we'd love to have you all subscribers so you never miss another video. As mentioned earlier, we should have reviews for Babylon going up. We will have a review for Last of Us Episode 2 up by the time this podcast goes up. So go and check those out. And until next time, keep it real.